I want to start by expressing my big gratitude for Splice. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you, Splice. Thank you, Splice. All the guys, all the Splice guys on Saturn. And all of the members of our community who have shown up, as they always do, and that includes all of the people who actually have shown up, because this community is clearly a nationwide community. I have 4 poems. Today's the last day of my 44th year, you guys. So I have 2 old and 2 new. I'm going to do those in opposite order because that is what I do. Yeah. And they are sort of just inspired by this city and my origins here and the music of this place. And really, you know, I like to dedicate my readings, and so I am dedicating this to our real source and the real reason why we are all here, which is the river to my left. Yeah, our source and our origin. She's rising. And so actually this first poem is for one of our new locals, because this is all about renewal. Not whether, but when the river rises. Thank you, Daniel Lee. How simple the miracle of a memory of sky. Memory of stars, courtyard framed, sheltered from light in the city, invisible. Remembering the swamp, remembering at its door, at its skirt, at the tip of its tongue, is a language not lost but unuttered, felt. A steady strum, the vocals of our river resounding from the amphitheater of New Orleans, hallowed acoustic, clap of so many feet over cobble, over time, the city's voice in sync to these harmonizing echoes where the earth sinks as it rises, the river's wake remembers it was more than once a flood.
Yes!
On charters with headless John the Baptist. Here is the church. Here is the steeple. Open up, see all the people. Or your own hand, or jot notes cadenced by acid jazz, etched grooves to trace on blank, plain paper. Worship is the same as conversation or loose change recovered from the backspace, a bar. The floor between here and there, resisting erasure to supply the demand of thirsty throats chasing lyrics like Cain and the breaks marking fertile lands, for carving ancient reeds, for fishing, or for bending breath to herald, welcoming, absorbing the tidal, parting waves to drum gentle, a projection to activate your inner ear. Just a few notches, angled and intersecting incisions may pierce the woody exterior, carve a path for sweet sap, what green renders sunlight, what green offers, not a stalk, but a staff to chew upon, to suck dry, to convert a form into an instrument, into sustenance, delivering song. The Ballad of Double D. Do you know Double D? You know Double D. Yeah. It's the old one. Okay. When Double D returned the first time, he arrived at our annual Christmas party, a brand new man, an incarnation, shiny as the 6-inch buckle twanging below his banded Stetson. His boots, too, were made of skin and curved faintly toward the popcorn ceiling. The fool. He wasn't rustin', trading in his training in controlled flight, pilot lessons for trailer life, coupon clipping, square cubes floating on 4 fingers of bourbon. His lover had given him a real fancy accent. And yeah, you bet she sure could cook good. Oven brisket, barbecue, no box macaroni, fresh corn on the cob, all that butter his mama wouldn't let him eat straight from the tub. But her baby wasn't his, and country was never suited for jazzy sax, electric guitar, his first love, native tongue, the home that followed him on the road, leather repelling the open heavens, rubber gripping hot to the highway to show hipsters in St. Louis how he'd play their instruments if he were them. Had to trade it all in, exactly like the van that broke down on that last trip, 'cause maybe the condom broke and maybe it didn't. But the Mandeville rich still practice shotgun weddings, even if the man is of such low stock. He's never seen a blanket ladder. After all, working class works. So he worked for her. Credit cards and indentured servitude for a mortgage her father paid. He toiled. He teetered for a decade. She got 4 degrees, 4 kids, alimony. He got time. He got free. He also got a TikTok account, a room at his parents' place in Picayune, and a 12-gauge ear piercing, a silver hoop. This time, he showed up on my front porch, Black Friday, with a steel string acoustic, soul patch, and a bottle of peanut butter whiskey. We were playing Uno like our elders once did, circled around the dining room table, smoking bud instead of tobacco, when he gave thanks for enduring the incident, the kind our Uncle Harry and Cousin Leslie didn't. I asked him, what made him, standing at the lake's edge, decide not to do it? He said, I didn't. The safety, inexplicably, was on. He took that as a sign he was mistaken. He was alive. He could still go home. I told him I agree. How I knew. How the dream life becomes dream walking. How we rise, eyes wide open. How we rise from ditches, breathing water. I don't play sports, I'm not good at that. 4. Radio signal from Alpha Canis Major. Whether you are Chaldea or over those deserts, Egypt, glimpse us beside the Milky Way, a light. Within our wobbling orbits, we're rerouting age-old myths, quiet, fire hot. We've known the swell of bliss eclipsed our Sirius B. Cygnus made a love called supernova, a mortal rendered her Eve. Don't we like to think we float beyond such scorched horizons, but we grasp mere reflections for sight. Know this. Globes will frizzle as we are gathering worlds. After all, stones are small and sinking. Children conceive positions, the heavens assign names, imagining fixed systems. Nevertheless, we draw near from far. And though this song will end, we mash with soul, twist circles round Luna, and tap a terrestrial tango. Never after.